Hello and welcome to the Free to Be podcast. I'm your host, Annalene, and as always, I am thankful that you are here and I look forward to diving into this week's episode. And it's just funny because even before I said this week's episode, I was like, you know what? I haven't shared an episode in the past 2 weeks, and I've been wanting to make it a weekly thing. And so saying that, I was like, ooh, feels a little bit off, like a little bit out of integrity. So I want to say thank you and welcome to this episode. And here's to more episodes coming in and flowing as we continue to move forward on this journey. So today I want to invite in the conversation about what to do and what do we do when we feel off. What do we do when we feel maybe stuck or like a failure or just dense in our bodies or uninspired, unmotivated, unsupported? When we feel dumb, like we did something wrong, something's wrong with us. What do we do? How do you treat yourself in those moments or when those thoughts or feelings come in? What do you do and how do you hold yourself? Do you continue to feed those thoughts, those nagging and persistent thoughts that something is wrong with you, you're not good enough, you did something wrong, or you fucked up? Or are you able to look at those thoughts and not attach to them, but maybe get curious about them? Or are you maybe able to look at them through the eyes of love? Are you able to look at them and recognize that they're an illusion, that they're coming from this place of fear, of lack, of scarcity, of not enoughness, which is ego, not your true self, the true self, your higher self is the voice that is of unconditional love. It is wholly loving, wholly compassionate. And that voice, it's like a neutral observer. It sees without judgment. It recognizes, it honors, it holds, and it loves, and it gets curious. It can get to the root of where that thought form even came from. What happened in your past experience, in your childhood, that gave you that belief or that thought, and then how'd you carry it with you up until now? Or who told you? Where did that come from? Does it even sound like your voice? Whose voice is that? Whose thought is that? And if it's yours and you're identifying with, then I want you to seriously question yourself and ask yourself, am I identifying with lack, with limitation, with ego, with fear? Or am I going to honor myself and my divinity in my entirety? Am I going to have grace and compassion for myself? Am I going to come back to my center and my heart space and get out of the fear and anxiety, or the past or the future or the head, and drop into my heart, breathe into my heart, and call upon that inner voice of truth that is entirely compassionate? And if you're unfamiliar with this work or you don't do it often, be patient with yourself. But here's the thing, we all innately have this holy part to us. It is within us and it is part of our nature. This part of us sees through the eyes of love. This part of us sees the world and looks at all of the people as themselves. It isn't founded in separation. It is complete in wholeness. Sorry, you guys. I don't know how to turn off those notifications while I'm recording on my computer. I have them turned off on my phone, but then on the computer, I don't know how to do that. If anybody knows, give me a DM on Instagram, at your girl, free to be, Annalene. Help your friend out. So I have quite a few practices to tune in with this part of yourself, because the more you tune in with this part of yourself, the more you can resonate with it and feel it and allow it to move you, to work its miracles. The more you can lead with love, the more you can radiate and shine your own light and have faith, hope, confidence, creativity, inspiration, and shed that gift and light onto others through your being. You will magnetize more abundance to you, more opportunities to you, more love to you. You will turn down the stress in your life and the stress levels and the chaos, and you will amplify your peace and your joy. This is why so many people are obsessed with and love and admire and share the power and beauty of meditation. This is why meditation is one of the best practices to not only start your spiritual journey, but also to stay grounded in your spiritual journey and practice and stay connected, because it's so easy to forget. It's so easy to forget who we are when we get wrapped up in the world or when we skip out on our spiritual practices. It is so easy to forget and have spiritual amnesia. But when we devote to ourselves out of self-love and self-care, and we tune into our meditation practice, and we feel into our hearts, or this just open space that has no agenda, no outcome, no bias. It is just free and authentically present and loving to you. That connects you to your divine, eternal, limitless self. We all hold this power within us. We all come from this place of wholeness, of oneness, and we all are children of God, birthed with this in us as a gift of grace. Use it. That is how we can create peace. That is how we can embody more of our creative self. That is how we can get out of our own way and let the universe come in and lead the way. That is how we can truly make our dreams a reality. That is how we can bring in affirmations, more self-love, more prayer. We can change our perspectives, which is a miracle in itself, and experience more love and be open to the beauty and truth that is life. We open ourselves to more love. We naturally receive and give more love. And you're attractive in that state. And nobody can fuck with you. You're unfuckable when you know who you are and you're grounded in your center. Anything from the outside world no longer sticks, because your lie detector and your compass is strong as fuck. Your connection to your inner guide, your inner true self, your higher self, the Holy Spirit, source, love, whatever you want to call it, infinite awareness, let that be your anchor and your home. And keep coming back home, because home, your true home, is going to fulfill you. It's going to give you everything you could ever possibly need, want, or desire. It's going to nourish you. It's going to nurture you. It's going to propel you forward. It's going to give you peace. It's going to calm you, relax you. It's going to give you health, wealth. It is going to fulfill and overflow you. It is going to align you with your divine path, your mission, your walk. It's going to help you hold yourself and support yourself. It's going to tune you in with your intuition. It's going to lead you. And you might find some resistance at first, especially if it's a newer practice, because your ego is going to be like, what the fuck? This is new. This is weird. This is uncomfortable. This is boring. But I promise you, you will come to love it. And the more you stick with it, the more you will see the shifts happening naturally in your life. I have done this practice. It was what really helped me. Breathwork was what really kickstarted me on my spiritual journey, but meditation was something, and learning about the chakras and breathing like really got me on this path of spiritual development and self growth and self-love and self-care, which led me to so many different things, like the coaching industry, and learning about polarity and the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and so many different tools and modalities and practices and topics and areas of study and expertise. And it led me to more of my passions. But when I noticed myself, and it's easy, and I've like gotten away from my meditation practice, and I got busy in learning and reading and feeding on the outside world, looking for answers in the outside world, forgetting to go within. It's through going within that we can fully receive, and we no longer need anything outside of us, because we remember and we know we have it all within. And then a beautiful mastery to me is the balance of the two, the balance of your divine infinite self and your human self, and merging those two, your mind and your heart, to create the life of your dreams from a heart-led space that gets to be life-giving. It gets to be life-giving and inspiring and healing to the world, or artistic, or a gift to the world. And it is my belief that regardless, you're always a gift to the world. And when you lead with love and you tune into the spiritual practice, you're going to create more ease and grace and be a blessing in people's lives, rather than maybe creating more chaos or stress within yourself and others through uncertainty, shame, guilt. Like, when you tune into your practice, you'll be able to spot those thoughts, those feelings. You can honor them, you can feel them, you can get curious about them, but you don't have to attach to them. What you don't own owns you. God is infinite and eternal. It is love, in my opinion. And anything that is not love is not truly real. It's an illusion of your dream or nightmare. And when we tune into our infinite self and we see through the eyes of love, we are able to see the illusion so much more clearly. And our creative power and ability and our vision amplifies incredibly. And your self-love and your self-confidence and your self-worth and your trust in the world magnifies. It doesn't mean life's always going to be easy because you're still a human and came here to experience the human experience and all of the human emotions, but you'll be able to handle it like a fucking badass. Your skin will be lighter. You'll be glowing. Okay, I'm not here to like sell you all of these things. I just believe in this practice so much and I want to share it with more and more people because I know how much it has helped me. And it helps me move in a way that feels really aligned and grounded and true, even when I'm afraid. I breathe and I come to center. And I trust. I'm here to help you work with your different parts, tune in with your spiritual practices, love yourself even more. Get curious about yourself and learn about yourself. And use your imagination and dream and be free and express yourself. I'm here for that. I'm here for all of that. So I love you. Send me a DM on Instagram to connect at free2be_Annalene. Here for your one-on-one coaching desires, as well as breath work and different embodiment practices. I have one that I just recently shared on Instagram to finish off this year strong and start the new year just with so much love and support and accountability and just really like uplifting us and being grounded in this energy that's going to propel us forward into having a really incredible year. Because we're so worthy of that. We're so worthy of it all. Yeah, so stay tuned. DM me if you have any questions. And I love you so, so much. I hope this helped you and touched some part of your super special, amazing, unique being and soul. Till next time. Mwah.